Once again, you are welcome to the last session. That's session 6 of Unit 4. Session 6 deals with mathematics lesson plan format. At the end of this session, you should be able to identify and explain what goes into a mathematics lesson plan. Alright, so this is an example of a lesson plan. That's the format. The name should be there, so and so secondary school. The date, the time, the duration, then the class. You need to specify all these things. The date, for example, 15th May 2017. What time? 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock to 8:20. That's the duration. That's 80 minutes. 1 hour 20 minutes. That's 80 minutes. Then the class size 1A. So you need to specify all these things there. Again, it may be that that same lesson will be used in another class. So since the same lesson will be used in another class, write the date and the time for that class as well. So we have 15th May for science 1A and 16th May 2017 for general arts 1, then 18th May 2017 for business 1A. So all these are there because the same lesson can be used for all those three classes. Then we have the subjects, core mathematics or relative mathematics. Then you come to your topic, which we sometimes call unit, and in this case our topic is set. Then our subtopic, which is our content, will be simplifying and operations on set, including rationalization. Then you have your references. You use the APA star, including the syllabus, and include the syllabus and the textbook. Yeah, so we have instructional materials. Need to indicate when it will be used in the lesson. Example, worksheets containing practical questions to be done in groups after each developmental stage. So we are saying after each developmental stage, we are giving them worksheets and they are going to do it in groups. So this is an indication of the instructional material that you are going to use. You have indicated when to use. We are saying it is to be used after each developmental stage. What activities to use, how to sequence these activities, and the language to use in conveying the mathematical ideas and the concepts to the students. All these things should be indicated. Then we come to the content outline. That's the breakdown of the subtopics or content. In this case, we are saying our content or our subtopic, our topic is set. So the subtopics become simplifying set, 2, addition, subtraction, and multiplication of set, 3, rationalization of set with monomial denominators. So this will be the breakdown of the content. Then you have the instructional objective. You say by the end of the lesson, the students will be able to state your objectives. 1, simplify set of the form root A. Carry out operations involving set. 3, rationalize a set with monomial denominator. They need to indicate related previous knowledge. So in this case, their previous knowledge should be factorized numbers or prime factorized numbers and can identify perfect numbers. So you can say student can identify prime factorized numbers and can identify perfect numbers. So these are some of the prerequisites for set. Then you come to your introduction. Estimate the time for the introduction. That's, as example, is 5 minutes. Then review previous knowledge on perfect squares and prime factorization with a few questions and state the topic on the board. Share the lesson objective with the student and or do other things that you want to complete. So after your introduction, or the introduction will be with or will be surrounded with your previous knowledge that the students are required to know or required to bring on board. So you are saying that the previous knowledge is perfect squares and prime factorization. So give them few questions on that and use them to ask them to discuss. Then discuss with them some few questions on prime factorization and perfect squares. Then come to development. Estimate the time that you are using as well. Step 1, 20 minutes. Assuming step 1 is 20 minutes. Then use instructional language. Example. Explain set as what is said. You give them the explanation. Then your next thing is that you guide students to simplify set of the form root A. And another example is that root 9 times 5 should give us 3 root 5. Because 9 is a perfect number. That's 3 squared. So the 3 comes out. So that's giving us 3 root 5. 9 is not a prime number. So 5 is a prime number. So therefore, you cannot get exact square root for that value. Or that one should be under the radical sign. Then guide the student to, number 3, guide the student to simplify product of set of the form root A times root B to be equal to root AB. An example is root A square is equal to A. And another one is root A over B to be equal to root A over root B. All these are some of the things that you can guide them to know. Then distribute worksheets to students in groups to try questions on simplifying sets. State the worksheet tasks and instructions. Discuss worksheet results with the students. Now you come to step 2. You can also give another 20 minutes for step 2 and use instructional language as well here. Guide students to find the sum, difference, and product of set. So sum is addition, difference, subtraction, product, multiplication, all these things you can guide them to do. Then distribute worksheets to students in groups to try questions on operations on set. So then you come to step 3. You can still give yourself 15 minutes for step 3. Also use instructional language. And in this case, you say that you can guide students to rationalize a set with monomial denominator. Example, 3 over root 2. You know the square root or the denominator should not be under the radical sign. So you need to rationalize. So you can say you rationalize with the denominator. That's the root 2. So multiply the top one, the numerator by root 2, multiply the denominator by root 2. That's going to give us 3 root 2 over 2 because the root 2 and the root 2, the two denominators will give us root 2 square, which is the same as 2. Then you come to the next one. Again, you can distribute worksheets to the students in groups to try questions on operations on set. So, and you can state the worksheet as and instructions. Discuss the worksheet results with the class. So these are some of the things that you can go through. Then you have your closure, your summary. You can estimate 5 minutes for that. Use instructional language as well. Summarize the lesson by wrapping or by recapping the core points of the lesson. State the core points or call on students to identify the salient points by asking some leading questions to be answered orally. So you check on your closure as well. Is there any need to reorder your instructional objectives or even consider a particular topic before introducing what you just taught? You need to think about all these things in your closure. Then evaluation. You can also estimate 50 minutes for evaluation. In evaluation, you can give the class exercise. Example, give the following questions to the students to be done as class exercise, or you can refer to questions from textbook, quoting the pages. Give them the pages of the textbook to write the question from. You can also give them homework and assignments. In that case, you can say, give the following questions to the students to be done as assignments, or refer to questions from textbooks, quoting the pages as well. So the same thing that we are talking about. Either give them class exercise or you can still give them homework or assignment. Then you have your remarks. This is to be written after the lesson has been treated. Your remark is always written after the lesson has been treated. If the lesson is not treated, you can just write lesson not taught. Then you take it for another week, or lesson to be repeated, take it for another week. Okay, so this is the end of the session, and this session we dealt with the detailed prescribed lesson plan format of the core mathematics syllabus.